Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel, and this is leg 9 of the DTG Ambassadors trip, the full length of the UK we're starting off in Penzance, going all the way up to hopefully Inverness, across a few of us in TS Classic and in TSW. This is leg 9, as I said, and in this one we're going to go from Lichfield Trent Valley up to Stafford, which is on the West Coast Main Line Trent Valley route in Train Simulator Classic. If you are watching this one on my channel just as a regular video, do make sure you check the playlist in the description. You can follow the whole journey up to this point, and I will also have listed all the legs after this point. I've got 3 legs in this journey. I've got this one between Lichfield Trent Valley and Stafford. Then in the following video on leg 10, I'm going to be on the West Coast Main Line missing link, and I'm going to be running Stafford to Preston. That's a special one. We got some special traction on that one. And then I'll hand over to Train Simulator driver. He's going to go on TSW Preston to Carlisle. You've seen me run that enough. I'm going to let somebody else do it. And then I'll be back for West Coast Main Line North on TS Classic, and I'll be taking you from Carlisle to Glasgow Central in leg 12. So thanks to Richie Rail, who got us across the Birmingham Cross City up to Lichfield Trent Valley. That's where we're starting. And I thought today we'd take the excellent Royal Mail Class 325, which has now been withdrawn in real life, but I thought we'd just have a run between Lichfield Trent Valley and Stafford. It's not a long run, this one. This might be one of the shortest legs we do, but on this side I've got the doors open. We'll see if there's any mail for Stafford. The game's on pause at the moment, but I'm going to take it off pause, and I'm going to get into the cab. So I'm going to take that off. Very quiet cab, as you can tell. I don't think I can open the windows in this one, actually. No, I don't think I can. Anyway, shall we get set up? So, master key. Forwards, first of all. The AWS is loud. There's no mistake there. Right, let's have the lights. It's a gorgeous day on the Trent Valley, so we'll go for day, head, and markers. And yeah, I think we are good to go. Let's just pop outside once more. The doors have already closed themselves. We need to take those tail lights off. That would be a good idea. Should have done that before now. Yeah, let's get going. There's a 350 coming in the other side, which is quite nice. We'll put the hood back on for now as we depart. And we'll take the mail to Stafford. Yeah, so we're back on the main line, which is great. This is a chance for us to get some mileage in. Not in this one. You can see 17 miles, so this one's not going to... This one's not going to keep you long. But onwards we go. So from this point onwards, back on the West Coast Main Line, all the way up to Glasgow. Once we get to Glasgow, Neil TV 8 is going to take us around the Cathcart Circle. And then after that, it'll be the Glasgow subway, St Enoch to Buchanan Street. Suburban Glasgow Northwest will come after that. That's British Ace. That's Queen Street High Level to Helensburgh Upper. And then we go onto the West Highland Line, which, if you haven't seen that, you haven't played that, very nice up that end. The Highland Lines. So we've got the West Highland Line South, which is Helensburgh Upper to Fort William. Then we've got the West Highland Line Extension, Fort William to Mallaig. They're both been done by Train Simulator driver. And the final leg, which will be leg 17, which is the Kyle line, which is Kyle of Lacouche to Inverness. Nobody's taken that one at the time of recording, so there you go. That will be a guest spot. I can't tell you who's going to be doing that one. But the early part of the trip, starting in leg 1, we started on the Cornish Main Line, Penzance to Plymouth, which was British Ace. Plymouth to Exeter, British Ace. Exeter to Reading, British Ace. God, he's covering it off, isn't he? Great Western Express in TSW was Mega Sim. Then we had the Bakerloo line, which was Paddington to Harrow. That was Neil TV 8. And then Richie Rail came in with the West Coast Main Line South, Harrow to Milton Keynes. He then went Milton Keynes to Birmingham, and then he finished on the cross city line to Lichfield Trent Valley, which is where we've just picked up. So yeah, pretty decent trip. This one has been in the works for a while, as I'm sure the guys before me in the earlier legs have also mentioned somewhat. We've been planning this one for a while. Thanks to British Ace for mapping it out and giving us the sort of schedule of the different legs that we're going to be doing. So it just remains for us to actually do the thing. So this is the AP enhanced version of the 325. Has a few bells and whistles. It's not one of the more advanced enhancement packs that AP have ever done compared to some of the other ones I've got, I must admit, but it does tidy it up somewhat, and it's always worth having. I think actually this was one of the first AP packs that I got, because I enjoyed running the standard Steam version of the 325, but yeah, this is much better. So another one that I would recommend, really, if you like this kind of thing. I quite like the idea of delivering the mail up and down the West Coast main line. What I should have done is put the vigilance on. So I will put that on now. I do like to go in and out of the cab a little bit, and sometimes the vigilance can catch us out when we do that. So we'll see how we go on. It's only a short run up to Stafford. But this is the 8-core Royal Mail version of the 325. In fact, you know what? I'm going to turn off the vigilance, because I'm going to get a couple of flyby shots as well as we head up here. So I'm going to pop out now and do one of those. We'll just go a little bit further up the track. What about here then? This will do, won't it? Here it comes. Lovely. What a shame these have been withdrawn. I don't actually know what is replacing it. I don't know whether they've taken all the mail off the railway. If they have, then that's a big shame, isn't it? As we go over the Trent Viaduct. This will be the quickest one, as I mentioned, of the 3 legs that I've got in this journey. The other 2 are quite long. In the next video, we'll come back between Stafford and Preston. That's a decent run. We'll be stopping at Crewe on the way up to Preston. And then Carlisle to Glasgow. Strap yourself in for that one, because that is a longer one. Approaching Rugeley, which we will be zipping through. We're direct to Stafford, we're not stopping anywhere else. Here it is. You're meant to be over the other side of that yellow line, missus. That's not recommended. Let me just apply the power again. Seems to have lost power then. Another 350. This is just a quick drive scenario which is available on the Trent Valley. So the quick drives on Trent Valley do have AI trains, as you can see, which is quite nice. Not all quick drives do on all routes. another freight train ahead of us as he trundles his way slowly up the West Coast Main Line heading north. This is quite a good event, this one. This is quite a good collaboration between many of us that you probably already watch across the different channels. And hopefully, if you are a TSW player only, hopefully you enjoy the TS Classic part of this as well. Because, you know, if you're a regular on my channel, you know I play quite a lot of both. I think they complement each other quite well. And there's a lot of good stuff in TS Classic, as you can see. And it'll just fill in the gaps in this journey where we can't do it yet in TSW. I'm sure over time in TSW we'll have the lot. It might be many years off, but we might have the lot. So we'll look forward to that day, but for now, we can do it in TS Classic, which is great. Right, Colwich Junction is where we are now. We've got 6.5 miles to Stafford. Can increase speed up to 100. Let's take another look outside. Yeah, if you have the standard Steam version of the 325, you don't get the Royal Mail livery. There's a kind of, I can't remember what it's called. There's a fictitious, very similar looking livery, but it isn't actually the Royal Mail livery like this one is. So the AP one, the AP Enhanced pack comes with several different liveries and variations. That's part of what AP usually does. This is Shugborough Tunnel. So they're always worth having, as I mentioned before. I think this is one of the cheaper ones as well, so if you do own the 325, it's just worth getting this one, even if you've not tried any before. Not that I'm trying to sell you any AP stuff. I'm definitely not. But I can just tell you, it's made a massive difference. So like here, for example, I've got the track pack as well from AP. I've also got the signal pack, and I've got the sky pack as well, which brightens up the whole sim. Makes a big difference. Right, we're not far off. Less than 4 miles. So yeah, if you want to see me now go from Stafford up to Preston in something slightly different, then make sure to click on the next video and follow the playlist from the beginning, by all means. It's a good journey. It might just take you through some places you've never been before, which is what it's all about. Right, we need to be down for a 90. A lot of 66s going up and down the West Coast Main Line. On the approach to Stafford right now, a couple of miles. And certainly in my legs of the journey, if we can keep to time, we will keep to time. If not, we'll just enjoy the route. That's what I'm saying. It's just about getting end to end. We're all running them at different times of day. They don't follow on time-wise. Different weathers, different times of day. Some are scenarios, some are quick drives. So, you know, there's no real rules apart from to cover the section of track that we need to cover. So the main thing is just to enjoy the trip. And even this has been a short one, but it's been a quite enjoyable hop up from where we finished in TSW on the Birmingham Cross City. And it's good for you players that just play TSW to see what comes up after the routes that you're used to in TSW, because often you'll get to the end, and depending on your railway knowledge, you won't know what's coming up after that. You don't know how it fits geographically. This hopefully will show you a couple of places you recognise from TSW and what's coming up next, where you would eventually end up going. I think that's quite a good thing. And that's why I started watching a lot of the creators playing TS Classic. There were routes that I was interested in that I couldn't see on TSW, so I naturally wanted to see what they look like in a sim. So, and now of course I can play TS Classic myself, because I'm fortunate enough to also, as well as the console, I've also got a PC. So, and this is only available on PC, of course. There's another 66. There's a few of those pasted in. But yes, this is Stafford. So we will approach the red. We'll open the doors. And in the next video, we will go on to the missing link, which is not available on Steam. But we'll talk about that in the next video and where you can get that from, etc, etc. Right, let's pull forward. There we go. Let's just go outside. Open the doors. The front doors didn't open, but all the back ones did. So thank you once again for joining me on this very short leg up the West Coast main line from Lichfield Trent Valley to Stafford. Hope you've enjoyed it. Do come back for the next video. It will be on the feed. And thank you for watching. Catch you all again soon. Cheers, guys, and bye for now.